Hello, welcome to the second identity quest video, and I said that I was going to do that experiment, if you remember, in the first one, and I did. I did do it. So that's going to be part of this video, and it's also going to be about not just that experiment. I want to focus on all of the things that I do to help ease my dysphoria, because this is about my gender identity and my expression and all that. Not just my gender, but like all sorts of other stuff. But right now, since that's something that I'm really struggling with, I want to talk about my gender. So, I identify as a boy, a male. I'm trans, okay? Yeah, cool. I go by he, him, or they, them. My name is Freddie. That's just who I am. I do plan to eventually get top surgery, but I'm in no rush to do so because, big fear of needles. And to get any surgery, you have to do that. And I am planning to go on testosterone, but that's probably going to be a while as well, because I have to wait until I move, because it's not covered. It's just a whole mess. I did dye my hair, but it's been a while since I dyed it, so it's kind of faded. I'm gonna re-dye it. So, starting off, I think I'm gonna tell you guys about the experiment that I did. So, experiment-wise, like, I didn't, like, put out a graph, and it wasn't, like, actual experimentation on myself. It was more of just something that I wanted to try out. Like, experimentation, like, I want to try this, not as I'm gonna see how this affects me, you know? I mean, it kind of was, because it was trying to see how it affected me emotionally. Anyway, for the longest time, I thought body hair was gross. And it was itchy, and I always shaved, but I didn't enjoy shaving, because, like, I just had to keep up with it all the time, and I could never get it well enough. And even when I wore shorts, like, I was still uncomfortable, even if my legs were shaved. So I decided I was going to try to grow it out, and see if that helped with my gender identity at all. If that helped me feel more in my own skin. So I decided not to do it with my underarms because that was too itchy. I was gonna do it with my underarms and my legs, but yeah, didn't with the underarms because it's too itchy, so I still shave there. You don't have to. It's fine. That's up to you for your body, but I chose to because I don't like the way it feels. Perfectly fine. But I did for my legs, and these are the results. I've been letting them grow out for a long time. Literally since that video, and it was done growing in about a month, 2 months, but it's full length now. See if I can get any closer. So yeah, it literally, like, and I really like it. My mom was completely fine with it. My dad, not so much. He was not a big fan. He thinks, well, I'm not out to him. And he's like, well, girls should shave, which is false. You don't have to shave if you don't want to, regardless of who you are. But girls should shave. It's gross if they don't. And, like, we went on, like, a small vacation where it was just us. It was just me, my brother, and my dad. And we went and stayed at a beach house. We rented it out for 2 days. No one else was there. We did not come in contact with anyone, and we had our masks on the whole time. That was it. So we went on the beach. There was no one there because it was like October. It was really, really late in the year, so no one was there except the people that lived there, and they were all elderly and they didn't go out on the beach anyway. So it was really just us. So we wore masks everywhere. We didn't get sick. No one got sick. It was fine. So we did that, and one night we were going to go and eat dinner in a restaurant, but it was all outdoor seating, and there were only 2 other people at the restaurant. Not including the staff, but the staff wore masks, and when she came over to our table, we wore masks. But I was going to wear a dress. Now, by that time, I had grown out all of this already. So, oh, by the way, do you like my socks? Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie. I wanted to wear a dress, and I put it on, and I got ready, did my makeup the way I wanted to, and I went to go leave with my dad, and he was like, whoa, what are you wearing? I was like, a dress? It's not too short. Like, I took this picture after I had been told that I had to change, and I was not happy about having to change. So he told me I had to go change because it was disgusting, and I was an embarrassment to the family, so I don't think he'll take it very well when I do come out. I hope you guys don't have to deal with that, but that sucked. That hurt. I had no problem with people seeing me in a dress with hairy legs, obviously, because I was gonna wear it. But then my dad told me that I was an embarrassment and all sorts of rude stuff. So maybe don't tell your kids that. So either way, I'm still happy with the fact that I let my leg hair grow out. It's really helped me personally because most guys don't, like, they don't shave. And it just feels more me to do this. And yeah, so that was the first thing. That was the experiment. So another thing that I do to help with my dysphoria is I wear a binder. I'm wearing one right now. It's a white one. But I have all sorts of colors. If you are going to get one for the first time, this is what mine look like. They are all half, and as you can see, there's like a stretchy part on the back. So this is the part that you'll have, I hope my thing didn't just buzz. So this is the part that you'll have on the back, and the part that lines up with the front, let me turn inside out, has this fabric. It's not stretchy, it's more like a shirt fabric, and it's meant to compress your chest. So that really helps me. Having a flatter chest helps with my body image, and it helps with my dysphoria, but I can't always wear one because of my asthma. So here's the disclaimer. Don't wear it for more than 8 hours. Don't wear it if it's hot. Don't wear it when you exercise. Don't wear it when you swim, unless it's one that's made specifically for swimming. Make sure that you get the proper size, and I'll talk about sizing in a second. Do not get a size below, because it's not going to help. It's going to crush you, because it's not just compressing this. I mean, what else is here? Your bones, your heart, your lungs. You're not going to be able to get top surgery if it's all squished. And it's just, if it's messed up, they won't do it. And if you have issues with your ribs, and if your lungs, it can cause heart problems, it can cause lung problems, it can cause problems with your breathing, it can cause you to break a rib. Like, it's not okay to buy a size lower. And do not double up either. Don't wear two. Like, if I'm already wearing one, do not put another one on top of it. It will do the same thing, and it is so painful. And I know that you guys are probably going to be like, well, I don't really care about my health. Well, I do! Okay? I don't want you to wear one if you're going to do it like that. Please don't do that, because it's going to hurt you. And I care about you. And other people care about you. Even if you don't care about yourself, your life has worth and it has meaning. So just please get the right size. Please don't double up. It really can cause problems, and you need to be safe about it. So I'll talk about sizing in a second. Get the right size. Don't double up. They come in a couple of forms. They can come in this half one, or they can come in like one that's like a full tank. I know there's some that are just like the top. I haven't gotten one like that, but those are the two sizes the two shapes, two cuts that GC2B does. That's one that I know and that I use because it's run by trans people. It was designed by trans people. They probably know a bit more than I do about this. So please do your research. Find a good one for you. If you don't have a binder, you can use a sports bra. Either one. Just please don't double up. Please, please be safe about it. There is a proper way to put it on. When you put it on like a t-shirt. Don't stretch it out too much, but you're gonna want to like do that before you put it on, just to make sure that it's like don't, but like pull it a little to make sure that it's not, because you know stuff can shrink sometimes depending on temperature. I'm gonna take a cut real quick, and I'm gonna take this one off, and I'll put one on over top of my shirt. Be right back. Okay, so I now don't have a binder on anymore. I don't have anything on. It's just my shirt. It is just a loose shirt. Like here, you can see there's nothing. I don't have anything. So, when you put it on, make sure that this stretchy part is to the back, and there's a flatter, here, let me turn inside out. There's a part that's going to be, like, it's going to feel like a t-shirt, and it's not as stretchy. That goes to the front, and then this part that is stretchy goes to the back. So make sure it's right side out. It's flipped like that. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your arms through, pull your head through, pull it down, make sure it goes over, pull it down in the back, And then you're going to want to take your hand and push it up to make sure. So the reason I do that is because mine will go down like that. You want them to be flat, pressed in like that. Not like this, or like, how do I demonstrate this? Ball this one up. You want it to be firm like this. You don't want it to be pressed in like that. If you do it like that, it's going to cause tissue damage. So you don't want tissue damage. Put it on right. And I'll put some resources below if I don't put a graphic there, because I know YouTube is kind of weird about stuff like that. So, let me take this off now. So, the way you take it off, same way you put it on, like a shirt. Don't pull it over your hips. Take it off like you would a shirt. And then when you go to wash it, you can machine wash it, but put it on like delicates, because it'll make it last longer and you don't want it to shrink. So wash it on cold, but do not tumble dry it. You're going to want to hang it up like you would a shirt. Just put it on a coat hanger and let it hang dry, air dry. And when it's fully dry, I don't mean damp, I mean fully dry, you can put it back on again. You just don't want it to deteriorate. You don't want it to do anything like that. You just want it to fit right the way that you bought it. So the way that you would do sizing, if you have like a fabric, like what they use for sewing to measure to see what'll fit. If you have that, use that. It's like a tape measure, but it's not stiff like the ones that you use for like in the garage. So what I do, since I don't have that and I can't find it, is I take a piece of string and you're going to want to measure here. You're going to want to measure here, under the boob, around the middle part of it, above it. So you're going to want to measure underneath. That gives you your ribs, right? So then I would find where the string is, where the string ends, pinch that, and that's how big my ribs are. So I measure that, I'd cut it and measure that, and that's how big it is. And then you'd go around the middle, same way. Don't make it too tight. Don't do that. Make sure it's not too loose, but make sure it's not like, should be here. So then however big that is, I'd measure that with like a ruler or something. Measure that. That'll be, so they'll have a measurement chart. Like, this is the one for GC2B. And I was a medium. Same way that you would for a bra, for binders. The same way that you would measure for a bra, you need to measure for a binder. Because it's just a compression type bra. If that makes sense. So that's how I would do measurement. But they'll have their measurements on there, so that's how I take them. So if you could do that for pants too. Like if I needed to measure, I don't know, like if I needed to measure my waist, I'd do it the same way. I'd do that. Take this, and wherever that reaches around, where it's tight, not tight, like don't constrict yourself. But yeah. And then that's what it would be. So that's how I would do sizing. And make sure you do it according to their charts, because not every single one is good. And if you can't buy one, then there are some places that do donations. They'll ship it to you. They do them for free. Some people do binder giveaways. I got some of mine from a friend of mine that didn't need them anymore. So that's where I got this one from. The only one that I bought, I have 3. Well, I had 4, but I gave one of them to another friend. So I bought this one, right? And then I now have this white one, and I have a black one. I got the white one, the black one, and then I got one a little lighter than this from a friend. And I gave the one a little lighter than this to another friend who needed it, because they couldn't buy theirs. So I'll list some that I know of that are giving them away below, or in the comments. And if you know of any, please share them. That'd be cool. I'd really appreciate that. Please help the community as much as you can. Another thing that I do to help with my dysphoria is I do makeup. Personally, it helps me. It doesn't help everyone. But when I'm trying to do, like, masculine makeup, I won't do that much, like, bright colors because I'm trying to pass as a dude, and typically they don't wear bright colors like that. So what I use, which you can, this is a full disclaimer, wear whatever you want. This is just what I wear when I'm, like, trying to feel really masculine. Like today, I didn't like the way I looked today, so I did more masculine makeup. Usually I do all sorts of weird makeup, like if you check my Instagram, like this is one that I did recently. What I'll typically do is I will use eyeshadow, but I would use, you can't really see because it's shiny, huh? I would use like the browns from this. I'd use this one, or I'd use this one because they don't have sparkles in them. Glitter, shimmer. And I'd use those around this part of my eye and then on top, like here, like you can see it. There you go. So I do that. And then I use like a brown or a black cream eyeliner, which you just apply. I just apply it with a brush. They usually come with one. And I just do a little bit on top and then a little underneath. That's just what I do. I don't use much mascara. If I do use mascara, I use it on the bottom lashes. And then if I do contour, I didn't today, this is just how it is. But if I do contour, I do contour this, contour around here. You can find a couple of different people, like different ways to shade and contour your face. There's a couple of tutorials out there on how to contour your face to look more masculine. I personally don't do it that much because I have a ton of acne. My camera sucks so you can't see it very well, but I can take a picture and put it up. Like, I have really bad acne, so I don't do a ton of that. No, yeah, if I want to get rid of my dark circles, obviously, I use this, but I don't really care that much. So I didn't today. All I did today was just the eyeshadow and the eyeliner, and then a little bit of mascara underneath. If I don't want to use the cream, here's another one that I have. I think this is the brown one. The brown one looks more neutral. It doesn't stand out as much, but I'm edgy, so. Oh, and I do my eyebrows. This is not my natural eyebrow shape. I don't shave them off. I haven't yet. If I'm doing other looks, I use this eyeliner. I don't think they make this one anymore. I think it's the same one. It's just in a different package. This is a little lighter than this now. And I use a liquid eyeliner. But for masculine looks, I typically don't do that. And then I'll use blush. I do it here and then all the way up because I'm annoying. As for my lips, I tend to not use tinted ones. I have recently just been using Vaseline. I'm the only one that uses the Vaseline, so... And this is the only use I have for it, so, that's it. And that's all I use for my lips. And it helps me. My lips haven't been chapped. And when I'm done with the container, I can use it better than I could use chapstick containers, so... I try to live with as little waste as I can. Like, I've gotten maybe 1 or 2 more eyeliners, but I don't replace it that often because I haven't had issues with it. I know that they have shelf life, but I personally don't listen to that unless it starts to, like, really break me out bad, or, like, it gets irritating and itchy, then I'll throw it out. But if I'm having no problems with it, because I clean my brushes pretty regularly, if I'm not having any issues with it, it's probably fine. Like, if it's obviously, like, if it's flaking apart and it's out of date, like, it's dried and it doesn't work anymore, I'll throw it away. But I'm not perfect, but I try to reuse as much as I can. I use water bottles that I've drank out of. I fill them up with tap water from when I'm, like, washing my face at night and waiting for the water to heat up. I'll open it, put it in the sink, catch all that water while it's heating up, and then I'll use the warm water to wash my face, turn the tap off, and now I have water to water my plants. Or I can, if I have, like, multiple bottles of it, I can use it to clean with. I do that, too. So yeah. I just reuse as much as I can. Old shirts and stuff, you can cut up and use to patch, if they're too far gone. You can use them to patch other items. Like, I have some buttons that I've saved from old pants that I'm going to use to patch up a hole in this. Hold on. I gotta find it. Because one of the buttons fell off a while ago. But I can talk about that later. About my low waist tendencies. Because I'm not zero waste. I'm going to be honest. I don't think anyone can be zero waste. As a human, you're going to produce waste. I don't mean like you're going to have to produce plastic waste. But as a human, you're alive. You're going to produce some waste. Whether it's food waste, whether it's just... like, you're going to have something that you can't find a use for that you're going to have to throw out. And I'll use that for another video. So those are a couple of my tips for this identity quest about what I do when I'm dealing with gender dysphoria. So I did my makeup, I did the experiment, I did the leg hair experiment, I did the binder stuff. I think that we've covered a lot of ground in these past 20 minutes. It's been lovely talking with you, but I am going to have to get going now. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!